It's the home of the Wizards here in Washington, D.C. as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the Verizon Center. They're just off a road trip, and the Wizards are looking to settle back here at home. They're still within reach of that 8th spot, just one game back.
Well, from their point of view, this has been an ugly matchup this season. They're winless in 3 attempts against these guys, so I think they've got to come out with some energy, some passion, and really try to turn the tables.
Well, I think they can turn the tables, Steve. Those are givens to me, energy and passion, but they've got to be able to do what they do better. That, to me, is going to be the difference. Do who you are better.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Clutch in a 2-guard. LeBron James is out there with Al Harrington. Then it's Allen, and it's Wade in at the 1 spot. And for the Wizards, Beal and Ariza are out on the wing. Juwan Johnson out there with Nene, and it's Crawford at the 1.
And there's the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, that's a nice tone setter out of the gate. Since the name change for the Wizards back in 1997, it's been tough sledding getting to the playoffs. They've had 4 appearances, and all 4 of those appearances have been brief.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Randy Whitman and I spoke just briefly. The phrase superstar gets tossed around the league a lot these days, but that is how he described Dwayne Wade. He said that D-Wade's the guy we'll be giving the most attention to because he can function either as a playmaker or a scorer, saying no matter what he chooses to do, he can hurt you. We have to be ready for everything. Easier said than done, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris. With the Wizards, 3 years in a row, they made the playoffs, but were bounced out by the Cavaliers in the first round. The fans would really like to see a deep run. I just don't know if it's Steve.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah, if it's on the horizon.
I think the fans would like to see even a shallow run right now, Kevin. I mean, they haven't made the playoffs since 2008. Of course, the memory for the city that they all think about is the 1978 title when they beat the Sonics. But it's been a tough road ever since then.
And it goes. That's good. And while we're thinking about him, did you guys catch his comments at the press conference after their last game?
Guys, we always hear things about good teammates, and he certainly seems to be one of them. He has nothing but positive things to say about the rest of his team.
Well, when you talk up your teammates as much as he does, it's going to pay off. I mean, they become more confident, they respect you, they appreciate you, and now all of a sudden it brings the team a little bit closer together.
Now here's Beal. 11-point game his last outing. Crawford. Into Nene. Jams it with authority.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yeah, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin. Jordan Crawford, just an unabashed gunner and scorer. I mean, he's looking to shoot every single time he catches the ball. A lot of people will remember him from the NBA summer camp when he was back in college at Xavier when he dunked on LeBron James.
And now we go to our rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. And you look at Clutch, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists. And, of course, Bradley Beal. He shows up in that same conversation. And you mentioned Jordan Crawford. He also said in that interview that he felt like he was better than Michael Jordan, or at least he felt he could be better than Michael Jordan when it was all said and done. Well, Clark has some pretty big words there.
Yeah, you'd rather have a little more confidence than not enough. And in young players, you can sometimes forgive them for statements that are out of bounds. But I like this kid's confidence and scoring ability.
Nene, covered by LeBron. Nene setting the pick for Crawford. Over Wade. Crawford, no luck.
Not much of a pick there. Unless you're going to get a body on somebody, you're really not going to free anybody up for a shot.
You know, the defense that time was just content to stay out of the way. I mean, no resistance at all. They let him do exactly what he wanted to right there.
Steve, no one looked too anxious to take him on.
No, you know, guys, I think that speaks to his strength and his agility. I mean, he's not a guy you want to stand in the way of as a defender.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
Beautiful there. They're trying to pull away.
Well, with smart basketball, little by little, they're building on their lead here.
Here's Crawford after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Nene kicks to Crawford. The feed now to Beal. He feeds it to Ariza. They need this, And no mistakes on the layup. Ariza's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
He dishes it to Wade. Makes the lead pass. LeBron. Unloads from 13. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. LeBron's now got his second bucket. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Kept alive, Johnson. The shot misses.
Really good defense there, forcing that double clutch shot.
Here's Wade. Here's the teardrop. He lays it in with a soft touch.
This defense has been way too soft early on. They've got to start playing with some energy.
You know, Steve, do something, anything to throw their shooters out of rhythm is what's got to happen here.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Washington. Chris Singleton comes in for Beal. Crawford with the ball. Wade picks him up. Crawford kicks to Johnson. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against Milwaukee.
And offensively, everything just seemed to come so easily to them in that game, Clark.
Yeah, it really did, Steve. I mean, it looked effortless for them at that end of the floor.
Well, Dwayne Wade may be the league's best penetrator and finisher from that guard role. Double team, triple team, it doesn't matter. He just goes through your entire team and finds a way to finish at the rim.
And guys, the other thing to me that sets D-Wade apart as a penetrator and scorer is that even though he can beat multiple defenders, he typically always has his head up. He's seeing what's in front of him. And he's excellent at finding teammates and setting them up for shots as well as getting his own.
They get it back. Now the dish to Crawford. Another shot. Dishes it to Booker. The 17-footer. No good. And Miami the other way now. Last time they met was in Miami.
Yeah, and in that victory, they got huge contributions from their bench, and I thought their depth was really the major factor in that game.
Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for the Heat. Chalmers comes in for Ray Allen. And here's Wade, coming off a stellar performance against Milwaukee. Gives him the lead pass, pushes up. There's the bucket, good. Clutch has got 10 points in the game. Just to talk again about what Steve just said, they never missed a beat, Clark, when they turned to their bench.
Well, there wasn't much of a difference between the points they got from their starters and those they got from the reserves. A really balanced team effort, and you like to see that.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
And it's Wade penetrating. He gathers. Shot denied. But they recover it. That's good. Wade's got his third bucket of the night.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Crawford against Chalmers. Crawford kicks to Singleton. Good. Singleton's got his first 2 points.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
LeBron James on the wing. Down low. Lewis passes to Wade.
Watch out now. You know, if he's got the ball in his hands and the basket in his sights, he's going straight to the rack.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Sprite. For the Washington Wizards, they come in off the loss to New York.
Well, they hung in there for a long time in that game, just giving themselves a chance to win at the end. But when it mattered the most, they stumbled.
Yeah, and those are the hardest losses to stomach, guys. I mean, when you play well throughout the game and then get derailed by a few missed opportunities down the stretch, that's painful.
It's stolen by Webster. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Crawford passes it to Booker. Crawford. Rebound by Mario Chalmers.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Here's Clutch. Another key contributor in that nice win against Milwaukee. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Here's Crawford. A 12-point game. Chris Singleton is out there with Jawan Johnson. Then it's Webster. Then there's Jordan Crawford. And it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Now here's Crawford. 20 points for him last game against the Knicks in New York. 5 to shoot. Here's Singleton. Can't get it to go. LeBron with some nice D.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
And the Wizards with possession after the Heat pick up 2. Back to Ariza.
Nasty. Whoa.
And that look right there on Clark says it all.
He's not alone, Kevin. That was just mean right there.
Here's Chalmers after the basket by Washington. Here's Wade, and he makes good on the layup. Wade's got 13.
Well, that makes 5 of their last 6 makes coming from inside.
Yeah, really focused on getting the ball into the paint because they're taking advantage of very porous defense down there.
Now here's Ariza. He's got 6. Now Chalmers. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hi, Kevin. Clutch in their last time out against the Bucks put on a show. He finished with 34 points, but also came away with 5 big rebounds. Just absolutely incredible numbers from him in a game you didn't want to miss. So glad we were here to watch it, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Doris. Not a huge surprise for him, Clark, to come out with such a mission-like attitude.
It really isn't. I mean, it's part of his mental fabric, which he likes to play with. A lot of his focus.
Oh,
get it! Oh, watch out now.
Oh.
How about that elevation? Man, some major hops and vertical there.
That's your point guard right there, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable, aren't they? Some of the best athletes in the world playing that position.
Amazing. These guys able to create and dominate.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right, showing him off right there. Good move.
What does that even mean, Kevin? Bounce to the ounce? You can't fault what he's been doing out there. Some really impressive shooting.
Wizards trail by 16. Ariza kicks to Crawford. Crawford gets a screen from Webster. Crawford dishes to Ariza. No good. Now the Heat take it the other way.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games, and if you rebound better, you typically are going to win ball games and do it comfortably.
And let's go real fast to the rookie leaderboard. These are the rookies shooting the highest percentage from the floor this season. And you look at Clutch, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
Those numbers say it all, guys. He's the most efficient rookie scorer we have in the league this season. In tight, he is almost automatic.
And Steve, already in just his first year, he's shown the confidence and willingness to take.
Here's Price, feeds to Webster. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Crawford. Wade with the defensive effort.
I'm sure he'd like to have a do-over here. He just hasn't been able to make a significant contribution in this one.
The Heat leading by 16. Chalmers with it. Right now averaging 7 points a game. LeBron, good.
Another nice move from a player we've basically come to expect nothing less from.
It's Webster outside. Rebound by the Heat. LeBron's now got his 5th rebound in this one. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And that one's good.
They don't seem to have many answers for him in this game. He's doing a terrific job out there. Outstanding work.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Crawford kicks to Price. Kicks to Nene. Crawford outside. Back to Nene. Covered by LeBron. Clock at 6. The shot by Nene. No good. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
Steve, I know you love great teamwork.
Yeah, so much fun to watch when the ball is moving. There's kind of a rhythm to the game that just happens. The ball moves almost on its own, Kevin. It's fun to watch.
Price, the pass to Nene. And stolen by LeBron. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. LeBron with the ball. Puts the lead pass in front of him. That one goes. Count it. Clutch has got 14 points.
And another quick strike for them. No question which team is running the fast break better here today.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been lethal in transition, Steve. It's one of the reasons they're out in front.
Crawford. And again, Washington no good. The Heat shooting a scorching 68% in the game. Oh!
Unbelievable.
How did he do that?
He is so creative, Kevin. That's what I love about watching him. As good as anybody in the league at breaking down a defender one-on-one.
And also, he's absolutely able to do some incredible things in the air. I mean, he can look like a gymnast sometimes, twisting his body, double clutching his shot. But he maintains a smooth approach to it all.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Jawan Johnson comes in for Nene. And Beal subbed in for Price. To the middle. Here's Beal. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Beal's got his first points of the game.
They continue to barrel their way inside. And when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
For 3 points, Harrington. Rebounded by the Wizards. Now here's Crawford. Averaging 14 points a game.
Ammonia strong finish right there, partner. You hear me? That was ammonia strong.
Yeah, ripped it down with 2 hands.
That's about as high percentage as you can get.
Here's Clutch. He's guarded by Johnson. The pass to LeBron. Over Beal. Rebound by Singleton. Singleton's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Webster dishes to Beal. Wade with the block. And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Huh? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
He kicks to Singleton. 11 feet away. Al Harrington grabs the board. Miami controlling the game. LeBron outside. Here's Clutch. Shoots over Beal. Steps back and drains the jump shot. Clutch has got 16.
And this team really dialed in from that mid-range area.
Seems like every hoop they get, Steve, is a step or 2 in from the three-point line. I mean, you got to take what the other team is giving you, and they're certainly doing that. Good work turning that into an easy 2-point. He can attack the rim as well as anybody.
Inside. Wade against Crawford. The jump hook. Second chance shot, and the basket by Harrington.
Boy, they've been all over the glass. Big advantage in the rebound totals.
Yeah, that's really carried them in this one, guys. I mean, those one-and-dones have really set a nice tone and let them establish this lead.
Here's Beal. Gets it to go. Beal's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, after a slow first quarter, he's starting to pick it up a bit here.
Miami controlling the game. Here's Clutch. LeBron drives in. Pass to Harrington. 3-pointer. They get the rebound. Buries it down low. 16 points for LeBron.
What a quarter for him, and with this lead, I mean, they might as well just ride him the rest of the night.
There's the feed to Webster. 1:37 left in the second quarter. Here's Crawford. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
A little overeager right there. Left his...
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Heat just dominating this one. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Thanks, everyone, for being with us for the midweek edition of the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Miami up on top against Washington. Through 2 quarters, their offense has been simply unstoppable. Bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket. You get it. For D. Wade, things are certainly going his way against the Wizards. High percentage looks in the first half. Amazing work from the field, shooting in the high 60s. That's big-time bucket buying. And a scrappy effort by Washington. Great activity defensively. They're taking measured risks, trying to force turnovers, putting a lot of pressure on that end of the floor. A nice start for Trevor Ariza. After 2, he's got 10 points and has also grabbed a couple rebounds. And that'll be all for this episode. It's in the books. I'm all done reading. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the second half.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Nice numbers from D. Wade. 19 points and some good assists, too. 4 of them. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
But you've got to love having a guy who can do both those things well.
On the court for the Heat, Clutch, he's in at shooting guard. Allen out there with Al Harrington, and it's LeBron James. And it's Wade in at the point. The Heat leading by 23. Deflected. And here is Beal. Crawford outside. Nene with the screen on Allen. The 3 is launched. LeBron grabs the miss.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
And the shot is good.
Love the finish there. Not much defense, though.
And Beal kicks to Crawford. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Beal, the pass to Crawford. And the rejection by LeBron. Here we go, one-on-one. And that one's good. Clutch has got 18 points in the game.
Making it look easy out there.
Yeah, it's been a lopsided affair on the floor, guys, and on the scoreboard.
Crawford gets a screen from Nene. He feeds it to Beal. Johnson outside. The Wizards working the ball around now. Clock is at 3. With 1 on the clock. And another miss by Washington.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Clutch has got 20.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. So how about trying, guys? Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Bunny shot. Ariza no luck.
And the offense continues to struggle. Just 1 make in their 5 attempts.
Wade guarded by Crawford. Allen for the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 5 assists tonight. Crawford against Wade. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Exclamation point right there, guys. That was a strong throw-down finish.
It was, and a little extra face time as he eases off the iron.
Well, it's about self-preservation, guys. Sometimes that's the safest route. Make sure you don't have any bodies or feet or ankles below you, and then calmly let yourself down to the floor.
He'd have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Wade dishes to LeBron. Harrington, there's the 3. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's now got his 8th assist in the game. Now Crawford. Back to Johnson. It's hauled in by LeBron. LeBron's now got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass.
Well, about the only knock on LeBron is just that he can't get it done in the fourth quarter of big games. We saw that in the 2011 finals against Dallas. But, you know, that criticism starts to fade away once you're wearing a championship ring.
Here's Ariza. Wade with the defensive effort.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
LeBron, good.
My goodness, he's knocking down everything he looks at.
The Wizards have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. And for LeBron last season, finally able to break through in his third finals appearance to win an NBA title, it had to be sweet.
Yeah, sometimes you have to fail before you can succeed. And at long last, a little vindication for LeBron. And I don't think he's done. I mean, before he's done, he wants to win not one, and not two, but perhaps he'd like to grab 3 of those titles. And you get the idea. They might have a chance if they can keep that team together and add some pieces.
You know, when he plays well, generally the team does too, and it's exactly what we're seeing here today.
Here's Beal. He's got 11. He dishes it to Crawford. Leads him in there. And finished off by Beal.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Yeah, those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
Here's Clutch. 22 points for him. And the basket by Harrington.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open 3s.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open 3-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up one, but you start giving 3-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Crawford's shot is good. Wade with it. 19 points in the game.
Well, it's kind of scary when you play against Miami. I mean, that talent is so overwhelming. So what a lot of teams try to do is zone them just to cut down on the dribble penetration and force Miami to take outside shots.
Now here's Crawford. He has 7. Here's Nene. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. That's on LeBron James. And it might seem like a bit of, bunker approach, but if you are faced with giving LeBron and Wade a Price against Chalmers. Again, the Heat, good for 2.
Man, offensive execution has been the story here, just playing beautiful basketball.
And, guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high-quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
Price kicks to Johnson. 5 on the clock. Dishes it to Beal. Shoots a fader. Goes back up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, it's no secret why Trevor Ariza can rack up a lot of steals. He's got great foot speed, big wingspan, and the anticipation to cover ground and pick off lazy passes that come in his direction.
He really does have arms that can extend out on command. You hate playing against guys like Ariza because passing lanes that seem open close up in a hurry. James Jones, who's checked in for Miami. The Heat shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it. The drive by Wade, fires from deep, and again Miami with the triple.
Tell you what, they haven't exactly been shy about letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
You know, Steve, if you have the lead, you can afford to be a little comfortable with the 3-point shots. You just don't want to fall too much in love with it.
Here's Price. The dish now to Beal. 3-pointer. Goes straight up. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
No time wasted getting back off the ground when he got his hands on the ball. I like that quickness of jump.
And that's the idea, right? You know, take it back up strong.
Yeah, of course. I mean, no reason to hold on to it any longer than you have to.
Wade gets the bucket.
That just shows you guys, I mean, he's always in aggressive mode. I mean, he will exploit any opening the defense gives him, and he's always probing, looking for opportunities to attack.
Price, the pass to Beal. Back to Price.
On the way.
Passes it to Beal. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. With this break in the action, let's find out which rookies have been lighting it up from downtown this month. And you look at Clutch, a dangerous player from three-point land, a great talent with a great release. And, of course, Bradley Beal.
You know, the three-pointer was the weapon of choice for both of them, and it was very effective.
And I guess what that tells us is that both of these young men are capable of getting and staying hot from outside.
.106 left to play in the third. 2 on the clock. Here's Ariza. And it's Miami with the rebound. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Big lead on the boards usually equals a big lead in the game. This team is on cruise control.
Well, the rebounding differential is double digits already, so this is a team that just looks bigger and tougher than the opponent.
The Heat shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Martell Webster, he's checked in for Beal.
And guys, 10 of their last 12 points coming in the paint.
Yeah, I like their aggressiveness on offense, but the question is, where's the defense? They've got to put up some resistance here.
Battier's shot, good.
Man, great second half from long range for this team.
Just scorching those nets, aren't they? Everything's wet. My goodness.
Price kicks to Ariza. With the lead pass.
And that's exactly what you call a high percentage hoop there.
It sure is.
The one-handed throwdown. Gotta love it.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. So it's Miami now. Here's Clutch. 25 points in the game. Four on the shot clock. The outside leaner, and that one's good. Clutch has got 11 in the second half. From half court, no good. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Heat out front, opening up a huge gap. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The 4th quarter of play should begin momentarily. Now, let's check in with Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris?
Hey guys, well it was the stretch by the Heat that garners the uncontainable game today. You'd have had an easier time getting into Fort Knox than scoring on them this game, as their defense has been airtight and allowed them.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. The Heat have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the one make. Beal and Ariza are out on the wing. Juwan Johnson out there with Nene, and it's Crawford at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Here's Clutch. Off target from three-point range.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Crawford dishes to Nene. He passes it to Johnson. Feeds it to Beal. Backs in. Johnson sets the screen for Beal. Just 3 to shoot. The offensive rebound. Johnson gets the bucket.
Boy, they're doing a nice job, a really good job of getting second chances here. And that's a great way to cut into that lead. I mean, nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than putbacks.
It's back to Battier. To the paint. Here's Clutch. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Clutch has got 13 points in the second half. The Wizards have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. And here's Crawford. Pulls up on the wing. Beal's shot is good.
Well, guys, you see all these great fans, and it reminds you that what sports are really all about is kind of a community spirit, pride in the community and the team itself. And, you know, whether you're watching the pros or college ball or high school or just standing around the water cooler, I mean, sports and talking about sports can provide that common bond, a way to make friendships and overcome social barriers.
Here's Clutch. In strong with the one-handed jam.
Boy, I tell you what, the D was way too soft right there, like Jell-O. You got to do better than that.
Clark, he's not the kind of guy you want to get in the way of.
No, exactly. I mean, he's a hard man to stop coming down the lane, but you've got to have good position before the play starts.
Heat shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Well, Steve, you make a great point about the universality of sports. Passionate sports fans from the humblest of settings, right? Clark, you know this, to the White House. You had a chance to interview President Barack Obama during the NCAA tournament.
You know, it was actually my second time to be in the company of the president on the White House basketball court, and what a treat and pleasure that was to spend time with our president talking about a shared passion and bond with the game of basketball. I'm a blessed man to have been able to experience that not just once, but twice.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now.
Well, it was talked about quite a bit last season, and it could be coming up soon, where the NBA has considered putting advertisements on jerseys, kind of like European soccer teams or golfers. Jersey sponsors, if you will, really will bring in a fortune in advertising money.
Right at the free throw line. That's good on the jump shot. Clutch has got 33 points.
He's been so valuable for this team with plays like that one.
Here's Mack. Kicks to Booker. Now the pass to Mack. Lets it go from deep. He kicks it to Vesely. Price outside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. A lot of leagues around the world do it, Steve. As you were talking about with soccer and racing, you could imagine that there would be a long line of companies vying for a spot on jerseys.
Well, it's going to be a tough decision in the end because I know the NBA feels like there's a purity involved when you don't sell out to a corporate logo. But my guess is that there will be a small logo on a jersey before too long. And as long as it doesn't become plastered all over the place, I think the fans will get accustomed to it right away.
Flawless alley-oop that time. That's some real stylish basketball there.
Almost looks like a play they've been rehearsing for a while.
Well, that's the beauty of the alley-oop. It appears that way, but really it's just timing and sort of an innate sense of awareness between two teammates.
Heat have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Here's Clutch. Pass to Chalmers. It's Battier on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Wizards have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And Mack kicks to Singleton. The feed to Vesely. He feeds it to Mack.
Hey, we all like to watch players really go after it, play with emotion and energy. So much of winning comes down to will in addition to skill, going after it, playing hard. A lot of times you see talented players who just don't have that motor, aren't revved up, and that can really be difficult for coaches.
And there's the foul. It's on Clutch. That's his 3rd foul of the game. It's stolen by Allen. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way.
That's just a monster throwdown right there, guys. I mean, he must be working on his high wire act there, Kevin.
I'd say so, Clark.
It's paying off for him. That was a fantastic move.
There's a screen. He dishes it to Booker. Baseline J on the way. Another one falls for Washington. Going back to what Clark just said, that motor, Steve, is that something that can be worked on or that coaches can bring out of a player, or is it just inherent?
I kind of feel like it's inherent, Kevin. I don't think you can ever teach a guy to play harder. Now, you can teach him techniques, and you can motivate him in certain ways to help him improve. But ultimately, are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
No way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
The Sprite replay really gave you a good look at the action. And that one's good. Price.
Well done finishing that one off.
The Heat have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. This is to Allen. Here's Clutch. 6 to shoot. The shot is off. Now the Wizards take it the other way. They host the 76ers after this game. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand.
And I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that 76ers game. Should be a good one.
To the inside. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Anthony. Allen kicks to Chalmers. Here's Clutch. Rebound, Washington. Max got his third rebound on the night. Here's Price. Knocks down the step-back J. Price has got 6 points in the quarter.
Something they'd like to see more of him more often, that's for sure.
There's the dish to Allen. Here's Clutch. Takes the three, and that one's good. Clutch has got 40 points.
They're just giving up a ton of three-pointers.
Yeah, you know, it's tough to close out on a team when they space the floor and they've got guys that can shoot it that way and they've got it going, but you got to find a way.
And Booker kicks to Price. Passes to Vesely. He passes to Singleton. And that one's good.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
The Heat shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. Feeds it to Allen. Here's Clutch. Kicks it to Chalmers. Lobs it up there. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Now, this is a done deal here. They've pretty much finished this team off.
Yep, we can put this one in the books. Too much to overcome now.
The Wizards shooting 47%. Pretty solid. Tipped away. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Clutch.
Wow. Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
I tell you what, you need to archive that one for the highlight tape.
Oh, yeah, that is a keeper. You're correct.
Man, that was incredible.
Yeah.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost.
And Mack kicks to Price. And there's the pass to Booker. Anthony with the block.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead. It shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
Here's Clutch.
Well, guys, you know, there's been more than a handful of teams that have really been bogged down by a bad contract or two. So they can really handcuff an organization for a long time, but reducing the maximum years of a contract should allow the league to have quicker turnarounds for teams that are rebuilding. That's more like it. That's 9 points for him coming off three-pointers in this half.
Here's Mack. Here's the screen. Inside. Booker. And an emphatic dunk.
Nice little run here, but it may be too little too late.
Yeah, I agree. Just not enough time, Steve. The clock is their enemy, not their friend.
And Steve, you touched on how the league shortened the length of the contract in the last CBA negotiation.
Yeah, it's already paying dividends, I think, Kevin. Just, you know, getting guys on shorter contracts, you know, a more flexible system for the entire NBA, I think is beneficial for every team.
And it's good. 35 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Heat shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. A three ball. And again, Miami with the triple.
I think we can chalk this one up. The goal now is just to run some time.
Yeah, I think it's time to get the bus started now, boys.
Price, the pass to Booker. Covered by Anthony. There's the call on Trevor Booker. That's his first foul.
Terrific defensive play to cut him off and square up.
And he took a shot. Excellent toughness to get in there and make a play. I love that kind of work.
Here's Clutch. No good. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Clutch.
Okay. Drop it to the floor. Make that. Whoa. Make the ground move. That's an say, don't we do this every day? I worked them long nights to get a payday. Finally got paid, now I need shade and the vape.
"50 points. What a night you had." That was an incredible scoring display that we just witnessed. Would you say that this is one of your definitive moments as a pro?
I think it wasn't so much a definitive moment for me as it was one for the team. We've put in a lot of work, and it all came together for us here. I think we'll be able to look back at this game and see a lot of things we did right and try to improve upon our games from there. The points I had were nice, and maybe someday I'll be able to look back and smile, but right now I'm just happy with how we were playing as a team, man.